You're now tuned in to the #1 podcast. I give you new wave shop talk, shop talk, shop talk. New wave shop talk, new wave, new wave. Got something on your mind? Let's talk about it. Shop talk, shop talk. Leave a comment, we'll talk about it. New wave, new wave.
Real. Talk about these white women, you know what I'm saying, and these rappers taking up all the good acting jobs. All these them acting gigs. So all y'all directors, holla at your boy.
You're now tuned in to the #1 podcast.
Let's get this motherfucker started, man. What's good? What's good? Man, welcome, man. New Wave Shop Talk, episode 1827. You know what I'm saying? And counting. I am the host, Dina Boy Juice. My headphones ain't working, so y'all let me know if y'all can hear me.
Oh yeah, we can.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I can hear you.
I hear you good, man. I hear you good.
To my right, we got
The one and only FLAWC double E to the B, man.
to the B, man, Floss B. To my left, we got
Nia Sutherland.
Nia in the motherfucking building. We got the OGs on the Couch Cartel today. You know what I'm saying? Holla at your boy.
Man. You got SD, Pasadena Shine. It's all the same.
You know what I'm saying? We got the Mr. Basketball.
That's right. Swaggy D here in the building.
Swaggy D in the motherfucking building.
Hey,
See if I can.
you need to
y'all
invest in
image
shea butter.
over there. Yeah, there we go.
Nah, you've been ashy majority of your life.
There we go. That nigga been ashy since he came out the womb.
Yeah. That nigga,
You know how the
boy,
babies be
he said
wet
he
and
has a
shit?
film on it.
How-
It looked like he got stockings on. This nigga's a product of hard water.
Shit.
Yeah,
You
we
need
know.
a filter.
It's
nigga.
a barrier on your skin.
These
Keeps
niggas
you from
bagging
mosquitoes
already.
and monkeys and shit like that.
We ain't seen you in a minute. S, how you doing, man? How you doing?
Man, I'm good, man. Happy to be back, man. Been moving around, man. My son was here. Had to take him back. Getting ready, man. Getting ready for my special day, man. And just really, man, trying to keep a cool head and keep positive vibes.
Yes, sir.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Let me ask you a question real quick.
Shoot.
So the closer you get to the wedding, do you be arguing about certain like particular things at a wedding, or like not arguing but having like disagreements?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just give us one disagreement.
I'll give you an example. Like, I got some family members who called, and they may not have a place to stay, so we may have a house full, and she like,
Right.
and I'm like, nah, this is kind of how I go.
Yeah, definitely.
You make room for everybody, and But what I've realized is when it's somebody else's family, when it's the opposite partner's family, then you got to make those exceptions, but they don't sometimes want to make those exceptions for you. It's like, say, for example, Nia, if the situation was reversed and it was like, man, my mom, my sister, and my people, they ain't got nowhere to stay, so, we finna all cram in here together. And if your husband's like, no, you not, you finna be like, yes, we is.
Yeah, for real.
Because it's the only way.
Okay,
It's the
for sure.
only
How you
way.
doing over there, Swag?
I'm doing good.
Yeah, I was just about to close that door too.
Loud as hell.
Yes, son.
Yeah.
New York, I don't know why these New York niggas got to talk so loud.
You gotta be outspoken, man. They got 17 niggas trying to get their spot, and I'm just talking about just the talk.
Exactly.
For real.
You gotta be the loudest and the proudest.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, how you doing, Floss? Swag.
Man, oh yeah, I'm doing better these days, man. I'm getting back on my feet. You know what I mean? Things looking up. Got my spot. You know what I mean?
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
You know.
You deserve
That's it.
man.
Yeah.
Can't keep a good nigga down. I've been through
I've been through the worst, but you know.
I never knew you was a nigga.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. I'm a other. I'm not black.
what?
I'm not white. I'm other.
You are.
Okay.
You are
He
from
definitely
Sound like
another.
Larry Elder.
You are from another.
Okay. I'm an other.
You are from another, brother.
No, that's cool.
Okay.
But you got a birthday coming up.
Yeah, I got a birthday coming up, man.
Cheers, man.
Good Lord.
Happy birthday. What you gonna be 29?
Oh man, I'm scared. I'm scared. I don't want to get older. I'm in denial about my age.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
know.
I'm gonna stick with 35. That's where I'll be.
35?
Yep.
That's a good
If
age.
it was one thing I wish for, well, I just want to stay at 35.
No, you don't. That means you die.
No.
Forever young. I wanna be forever young.
That's right. Exactly. We
I
all
wanna
want to
live
be young, don't we?
forever. Huh?
We all wish we can find the fountain of youth, don't we?
Yeah, definitely.
We don't want to get older.
Yeah. That's why we gotta work out,
man.
eat right,
Exactly.
and do the right things.
Yeah, we do. We gotta take care of ourselves.
You know
'Cause
what I'm saying?
it's too many of our. Every day we wake up, we hear somebody, one of our people, somebody close to us, and passed away, or had a heart attack, or
And that's been more so lately.
Yeah.
Yes, it
A lot
is.
of young people, a lot of our friends are having heart attacks.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Shit is crazy, bro.
Stay away from McDonald's.
There's that vaccine.
right. I haven't ate McDonald's in 15 years.
Yep. You think it's that vaccine?
Yeah, that was one of the side effects. That was one of the side effects.
Definitely.
I didn't take the vaccine, but I got the card.
Yeah, for real.
That's all that matters.
I'm kind of starting to think it might be because I regret. I got the vaccine, but I regret getting it though.
I got the double dose of Pfizer, and that's the one they said it wasn't effective. So that didn't affect anybody. But the ones that had to keep getting those doses and whatnot, it
Right.
affected them.
Like that Johnson and Johnson. Who would
Yeah.
think that'd be a good idea? Like, let me go get this Johnson and Johnson shot.
Especially
Well,
after they
you know
just
what it
got
was?
finished being sued.
You know what it was? They was just, wherever you went, they had what they had.
Yeah.
You know, like it was crazy because at our job, you know, they were giving everybody the Pfizer, which was kind of like the second rate. You know,
What was
but
the
it was
first one? Moderna?
Moderna, and then they had Johnson and Johnson, then Pfizer. And then, you know, you would go certain places and they would just strictly have Johnson and Johnson.
Right.
Certain places have Pfizer. So
Yeah, I didn't take none of that shit, and I never caught COVID. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. You know, how many of y'all caught COVID?
I caught COVID
Shit, I did.
twice.
Caught that shit
Twice.
like
You
four
get
times.
COVID, Swag?
One time.
You get COVID?
No,
Nick?
you're
Yeah,
right.
like 3
once.
times.
I got it
I
once.
got it like 4 times.
I
And I
know
never
somebody
got
that had
vaccinated.
COVID 5 times. We all know her. Shit, she used to come up here and sell her shit. May ass. She had that shit like 5 times. I told her, you hear anybody got a cold or anything like that, you gotta stay away. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's people different. Depending on your health, you know, it hits people in different ways. You could have, you know, what I mean, long-term effects, especially if you got asthma or
Underlying conditions.
you know,
Yeah.
diabetic or you're. Yeah.
Some people that had COVID back in the days, like, not back in the days, a few years ago, them motherfuckers still, like, short of breath.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They walk up a flight of stairs, they gotta, like, catch their breath and shit. You know what I'm saying? I done seen that in people. Like,
That's
that's
that
one
long
of the long-term effects. Like,
Yeah,
they
that
don't
long
have
haul
no breathing stamina. You know what I'm saying?
Fact.
They get out of breath fast.
It affects everybody differently, man.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. How you doing, Floss B?
Oh man, all is well, man. I can't complain. You know, just taking it one day at a time, man. You know what I'm saying? Blessed, highly favored. You know what it is. You know, but all is well.
Yes.
You know, outside of, you know, got to give a shout out to the homie Whitey, man. You know, wishing him, you know, good luck in a recovery, man.
Yeah. One of our partners
You know, that's
had a heart
one of-
attack.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm
young
saying?
young
They said he
homie,
up
man.
talking and remembering and shit. You
Yeah,
know?
man. So definitely
Yeah,
want to send
I hit
him
another
prayers
day,
of recovery.
and he hit me back. Said he doing good.
Yeah, man.
My childhood partner, man. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
My childhood partner, man.
So just definitely want to go ahead and make sure we wish him a speedy recovery, man.
Yes, we do, man. And you got a lot of love, and I mean what I said, bro.
Amen.
I mean what I said.
Thank you.
Definitely.
Yes, sir. But how about you, Jess?
We're gonna go to Nana Nia.
Oh,
How are you doing?
I'm doing well.
Talking to the children
Putting their ass right back where they're supposed to be.
on the rail. No, not that door. That door, the one you came out of.
Go back.
Such a fucking mama. You know what I'm saying? Come out here with these fucking grown folks. What's wrong with you? In a nice way. Yeah. How you doing now?
I'm doing pretty good. I got a couple trips planned.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Where you going?
Louisiana, Hawaii, and Mexico.
Mm.
That's
Sounds
a few.
like money.
That ain't
Baltimore
a couple.
and
gonna
That's
be
a
Mo?
few.
Yeah.
That's
Going
a
to
few.
Baltimore?
You gonna go get you some of that blue
Yes.
crab?
And I'm going to DC.
Okay.
DC is cool.
Yeah, DC.
DC is cool.
Baltimore,
Check
and then,
I got a cousin who lives there. If you need anything, man,
check
let
on
me know.
check that weather.
it's
You
gonna
know
be
it's
in
going
April.
wild
It's
right
good.
now. But I'm just saying, it's going wild right now everywhere.
They said
Man.
DC got the highest hotels.
Oh yeah.
I'm
Definitely.
not staying in DC.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Staying in Virginia.
Just do a weather check.
I'm
'cause
staying in Baltimore.
It's getting funny out here right
You're
now.
gonna be in the trenches.
So
I'm gonna be
Baltimore, the
downtown.
trenches is everywhere.
No,
Cause they got John Hopkins,
Yeah.
that's where I'm gonna be.
Oh, okay.
and
That's
then
where my family
that's
lives.
really basically all of downtown Baltimore. John Hopkins.
The Lakers, we done lost 4 of the last 5-6 games, and we still in 4th place. That's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Where y'all Clippers at?
I don't-
We
7?
2 games behind you.
3, nigga.
2.
Nigga, the record. 3. Exactly 3.
3 games.
See, that's
AD came
y'all
back
niggas-
tonight.
Y'all niggas can't count. Clippers can't count. 3 games. Yeah.
What spot is that?
We got blew out the other night. Y'all in
Shit, we-
7th. We in
Yeah,
4th.
Chicago.
Chicago whooped our ass.
Whooped our ass. With LeBron coming back.
Orlando beat us.
Hey, that
LeBron
white-
been back. LeBron been
Why
back.
that white boy do look like that? No,
Giddy.
no not Giddy.
I didn't even
Nigga,
watch
the
game.
rookie. Oh, nigga, the rookie put nigga Luca on skates, nigga, and then took off on him.
Black.
Yeah, it was hilarious. Yeah, but Giddy went crazy, nigga. That
Yeah, he
nigga
did.
almost
He
had a
almost-
quadruple double.
8 steals, too.
That's what I said. Nigga almost
Yeah.
had a quadruple
That's what I'm
double.
saying. That's what made him almost have it.
Yeah, that was like, damn.
Yeah.
Niggas going
Show
ham.
shit. I'm doing good, man. We're gonna try to lessen these episodes. We're gonna try to keep them between 30 and 45 minutes for y'all. You know what I'm saying? So I'm doing good. I could be better. You know what I'm saying? Just seem like everybody want to bring stress to your life. You know what I'm saying? We need that peace. We need that peace.
Are you doing good? Because we never asked you how you doing. Are you doing all
Yeah,
right?
that's what I'm saying, man. Everybody.
Well, I've been worried about you lately. You know what I mean? Because I know you're dealing with some stress that you don't need to deal with.
Yeah,
so.
exactly, man. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I'm a strong individual, so
Yeah.
I don't try to let anything I go through motherfucking damper my whole life. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just got to be like, yeah, okay, that's some bullshit. So we're gonna do this on the other end. You know what I mean? Because it's 2 ends to a straw. You know what I'm saying? So one end is clogged, and we'll go out the other end and be like, yeah. So yeah, everything is okay. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna make it. We gonna make it.
Thank you.
It's hella topics, man. So the first topic we gonna get into, man, is the LA shit with the Big U situation. You know what I'm saying? He just got indicted by the feds. Him, Loose Cannon, Brick Baby, and you know what I'm saying, a host of other niggas that fuck with them. Even the girl that owned Trap Kitchen. Amari or something like that, right? Amory.
yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But we gon' do you know anything about that?
I know, yeah, but I've been hearing people talking about it lately.
Yeah.
I saw something about it.
Okay, well,
and
we're
then
gonna-
they're saying that Big U has something to do with Nipsey's.
That's part of the hearsay, I would say.
Right.
But that's that ain't none of his charges.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That ain't none of his charges. He's charged with killing the little 19 or 20-year-old kid that was his son's best friend. He was rapping under his label, posted did a diss song and said some shit about Big U. He got murdered and threw on the Vegas street. Big U was living in Vegas at the time, and word of mouth is saying that he had Big U DNA under his fingernails. You know what I'm saying? So he got connected with that, but also this nigga been stealing money. He got the Big U Foundation, you know what I'm saying? So he been stealing money. Like he got 20 bands from Shaq, 20 bands from Draymond Green. He got shit from all these other niggas. And where he was fucking up was he was taking the money that they was giving the foundation and sending it straight to his account. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, nigga, now right there, that's wire transfers. And you know what I'm saying? That's money laundering type shit. So then, you know, he got the nigga Loose Cannon. He all online talking about how they took Meek Mill's chain and how they called Rick Ross. They bring him 50 bands. You know what I'm saying? That's extortion. You know what I'm saying? Now, he said he called Big U and was like, oh, what we going to, you know? So that's putting him in there. So now that's a whole RICO. Now you organized gang. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, he just got a whole lot of shit. We talked about this before. Brick Baby, he was destined to go. Because this nigga talked too motherfucking much.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Brick Baby talked too much. I don't know if the stardom be going to these niggas' heads or whatever it is, but y'all get on these podcasts and the lights and all that shit, and y'all be talking too much. And sidebar, I always say this, man. You ever come on New Wave Shop Talk, man? We ain't finna ask you about no murders you might have committed. We ain't finna be talking about none of that shit. We're gonna talk about all positive shit. You know what I'm saying? So for these people to go on these podcasts and be answering these questions, and then, you know, he don't want to go ahead.
Well, just said there's some dummies.
Yeah, some dummies, man. We think that he the one that got Lil Durk hit up. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody said nothing about Lil Durk till this nigga was like, you can't say Sly for Vine no more. You know what I'm saying? Lil Pap. You know what I'm saying? They was like, oh. So, these niggas, they was from Chicago. They did all this. And it's just some crazy shit, man. So, all these niggas be getting on these shits and talking too much. But we're going to, you know about Ania?
Yeah,
We're going to start with you.
Online. I mean, that's just what they do. They talk too much. Everything, they want to put everything out there. They think everything is for TV, everything is for show. But when you do that, you tell it on yourself.
Feds is watching.
Man, I was watching something today, and they were talking about LA podcasting has to change now. And to a certain degree, I thought that at some point it would change. You know, before all this happened, because I just foreseen what was going on and all the talking that they were doing. You know, and we know the facts. When there's a powerful black man in any situation, you know, they're gonna get rid of him.
Definitely.
Doesn't matter what he's doing. If it's local, whatever he's doing, they're gonna get rid of him. And then somebody pointed out was very eloquent too. The Olympics are coming up in the next couple of years. And imagine how many people are going to be here and need his assistance. His security company is going to, you know, be heavy, you know, in rotation, things of that nature. And that's a lot of people to get extorted.
But the nigga Rainwater said, LA safe now that Big U is gone.
To a certain degree.
You know what I'm saying?
But,
not to be
but
like
you know,
that.
when you
LA
cut the
is
head
dangerous
off,
as fuck.
when you cut the head off, though, you know what happens. There's no order.
No, it's no order. That's like the Chicago situation.
Yeah, there's no order.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the problem, though, man. You got to understand that, number one, you know, coming from the environment and how he became Big U, you know what I'm saying? That shit is bound to happen. You know what I'm saying? You go from one aspect into another. You transition into this businessman, but you still in the streets. So, you know, niggas is jealous of that. Yeah. Niggas don't want to see a nigga corporate and this nigga's, you know, really, you know, running things. They don't want to see that. Nigga son in the NFL balling, you know what I'm saying, making millions. You know what I mean? Like niggas, after a while, it's gonna be like, and then when you got that title, when you in that position, my nigga, the actions and the shit you have to do, nigga, there's gonna be consequences to that shit.
Yeah.
So this was a long time coming, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? This ain't, because of the transition he made and the way the things he did to get to where he got. You see what I'm saying?
When Nip get killed?
So
2019?
19.
So they said the investigation started in 2020.
Okay.
Yeah, but the thing is, man, niggas been telling. And it's certain niggas around here
We
that
ain't saying
constantly.
that.
600.
I'm just looking at it.
They got
yeah.
a nigga named 600.
Yeah,
Said he
yeah.
been working with the feds, nigga, for years. You know what I'm saying? They even gave this nigga a chain.
Yeah, I'm just saying, but they paying
That
these
was that
niggas for
nigga
sure.
right hand man.
They paying these niggas for sure. But like I said, that's the thing. But once you put yourself in that position, that shit you just gotta anticipate and expect, and you can't move the same. Because
Yeah, I was gonna
if
add
you
to that,
do,
too.
nigga, this is
have
what's
one
gonna
foot
happen.
in and one
You
foot
can't
out.
do that shit,
Nah,
my
you
nigga.
can't.
It don't run like. That's why Nipsey got smoked, my nigga. You can't do both, my nigga. You can't.
And then too,
You know
you
what
can't
I'm
be
saying?
bigger than the program.
But it's not because of that. I mean, you got to understand. Well, we're talking about the entirety as well, as far as where you from, my nigga. That is L.A.
Program.
So the same thing
No.
when he died. I'm like, bro, you on the verge. His career was going to the top. You over here hanging out on Slauson Crenshaw in this shopping center. Okay, it's your business and you own the property and all this bullshit. But what are you doing hanging out over here, bro? You can't be hanging out in the hood no more. Them days is
thought
over
it was
with.
all good.
You gotta
But
leave the
see-
hood behind.
But see, the thing
Thought
is,
it was
when you
all
come
good.
from that and you're trying to
Well,
set an example, hold on.
It's-
when you're
well,
trying to set an example,
I agree with that.
you see what I'm saying? You're trying to break the mold. You're trying to make that a possibility because that's what happened with everybody, nigga. That's what happened with Pac, nigga. That's what happened with Big, nigga. That's what happened with every single nigga that has some type of status that's been murdered in the music industry, I should say. That's been their biggest downfall. Once they get to a certain stature, they can't leave the previous life alone.
Bro, you think if I
can't-
own this
you
whole block,
can't
if
do
I
that.
own this whole
You
area,
just-
this
you
whole
can't
shopping
move
center,
like that.
and I'm worth
Like,
a couple
nigga,
million, you think I'm
Michael
gonna be over here
Jackson-
hanging out?
Michael Jackson was
Nigga,
from
I'm
Indiana.
outta
nigga.
here.
Michael Jackson was from
I'm leaving
Indiana,
you
right?
niggas behind.
It'd be a
When-
difference.
If you ain't my real homies, I'm
when
leaving you
Mike-
niggas behind.
Real quick to what he's saying. It's a difference from you just owning the block and you don't gangbang and you ain't got no enemies.
To be entrenched in the shit and
To
owning some
be
shit.
entrenched in the shit and you got enemies. That's the total difference. Like a nigga that owned this block, he probably come around here all the time and you probably would never know it was him. Because why? He ain't with the shit. He just a businessman. But if you a businessman and you in the streets, it's like shit, you real recognizable. So they like, oh, that's Swaggy D. He own all this shit. And he be talking shit about the other side. Let's watch him for a week. You know what I'm saying? That's how they get at niggas. Like, oh, we gonna watch him. Like, oh shit, this nigga slip on this day.
Or they start knocking people off who hang around you and see
You
what
know
they
what
got
I'm
to say.
saying? Yeah.
You know, it's certain tactics that they use.
Yeah.
But
You
back-
talking about the police?
Yeah, the police.
Yeah, I'm talking about niggas that's gonna kill your ass.
Exactly.
Niggas too.
You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
facts.
Niggas too.
Definitely.
But with that being said, too, what you're saying, and to get back on topic, what's really sad about it all is that, regardless to what was going on and how allegedly how man was living his life or whatever he was doing, I don't want to say that. I'll say this though. There has to be some truth to a lot of the allegations. Even the 2019 situation, there has to be some type of truth to it all.
if
They
we
tied
know,
that and then also they said, Nipsey's boy that got unalived before that, Fats. They said because he put him on his pockets, and I could see that. I could see that. I could see that, and this is true. I could see that like he was becoming the face of what was going on around there, and young people see that, and they gravitate to that more than they do this aggression.
right?
Because to them, that's an old school way of thinking, an old school way of doing things. Right. Even though they Thunderdome and they're doing whatever they're doing, but nonetheless, I just think that he just wasn't willing to give it up. And that's what he had to do to not give it up. And I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying.
Yeah, for sure.
Allegedly.
What you gonna say?
Yeah, but like I was saying, bro, like it's crazy because just like you said about cutting the head off, that's already been the situation. You know what I mean? That particular membership has ran rampant. There's no control over that no more.
Over what?
Over, allegedly where he's from.
Okay.
Nigga, it's wide open. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They turned because they got numbers.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So that's the thing. It's easy to point the finger at you because you on the top of the totem pole. You see what I'm saying? And then, like I said, the things that you've done to get there, now that puts a target on your back. Because even if you're trying to turn around and look out for the community, you can't escape what you've already done or the actions allegedly that have taken place. You see what I'm saying?
I feel
to
you.
get your stature.
But okay, I hear what you're saying, but I don't really necessarily think it's because of like what they all out here doing. I think it's still got a social media edge to it because now these niggas is on the mic thinking that statute of limitations is over and they can just talk about whatever the fuck happened.
No, that's facts.
Like, no, nigga, you just robbed this nigga 2 years ago.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, we gonna go with that robbery and we gonna talk to other niggas and then they gonna be like, well, shit, nigga, I don't want to get no time. You know, Big U, he was the one that did this.
Right.
You know, Loose Cannon, the one that did this. You know, Brick Baby, the one that did this.
Right.
And now it's like, okay, now since you came out your mouth and you start talking this shit, other niggas that they hemming up, like he was saying, they get the other niggas.
Right.
And the other niggas, and you go to a nigga that probably got a real 2-year sentence, and they tell this nigga he gonna get 15 or 20 on the same shit, and they gonna be like, man, I'm telling.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? These niggas ain't got no loyalty.
No.
Exactly.
Gangbanging, period, don't have no loyalty.
Exactly.
Niggas be thinking, oh, nigga, I'm gonna die for my brother and all that, nigga. If you shot a nigga,
Hell,
and they
a
got
couple
your
of
other
them will.
nigga, they gonna be like, they gonna say that, but what I'm saying is, the nigga that you saying you gonna die for it, that nigga will tell on you to get out of jail.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know.
Not all, some.
Yeah,
most.
we're not saying all.
Let's say most.
We're
not
not
all,
saying all, but
most.
But this, and like he said, and like you had stated, like, but this is the problem, and this is the issue. The only way a nigga can tell on you is you got to give a nigga a reason. If you don't give a nigga a reason, listen. If you don't give a nigga a reason, you don't give a nigga no situations to where they can speak on your name.
We live in a world now.
There's nothing to tell on.
I got you.
But
But we live in a world where people will trump up charges.
They want to be validated for the shit that they
So
do.
I know.
So let me give you an example. So let me give you an example. Flossie B got paperwork on him, and ain't nobody seen the paperwork, but people's running with the narrative.
Right. No, but see, like I said.
So we see that all the time because people don't want to do what other people want them to do. So now they create a narrative about them, get online, and then they run with it. And now you don't even have a chance to defend yourself because all you hear is the barks. Ain't nobody shutting up to hear you talk. So, we live in a world now where if a person gets the narrative out there first, the picture's painted.
Right. But like I said, that's already been established with him. So even his past history, you see what I'm saying? You can't escape that.
Correct.
So that's what I'm saying. Now, you might as well just go ahead and leave the shit alone, because regardless of what you do, even if you try to go all the way straight and be all the way corporate, you still are not going to be able to escape the shit. So there's no need to go back and forth. You see what I'm saying? Because you already did that part of your life. If you stop fucking around with that element, at least you can slow down the urban on yourself. But when you keep coming around and giving niggas a reason to say something, or even happenstance your ass into something like, oh, well, them two niggas was hanging out together, and then this nigga left Big U and went over here and shot this nigga. Then a nigga can say Big U told that nigga to go shoot that nigga, even if you didn't. But if you wasn't there with that nigga that night and that shit happened, that shit wouldn't be associated to you or with you.
So it was funny when we were outside and they were talking about how RICO works. they were saying that if you're the head of a criminal enterprise, you know, me telling you what to do.
Oh yeah, it's just like you doing the murder.
Yeah.
Yeah, facts.
So, you know, all of those people really are there because of loyalty.
Facts.
You know, out of 30 niggas, it's probably gonna be 25.
Well,
niggas
they just talked about it today. They weeded through all of them, and now it's only 7. They separated Brick Baby because they're putting him on the Lil Durk shit because he was talking. He's got his own RICO.
But like I said, that's the main problem too. If you don't give a nigga a reason, because we ain't gonna talk about the other nigga's name, but it was another nigga's name that's prevalent on all of these, you know what I'm saying, platforms and shit that, you know.
Loose Cannon?
No, I'm not gonna say the nigga name. I'm just saying, but it's another nigga that constantly, and people don't even know how closely associated that nigga and you are, and it's funny. But this nigga be talking bad about this nigga all the time. You see what I'm saying? But people don't understand, like, a lot of that shit was done so niggas could get clout and get this money on the social media shit. You see what I'm saying? These niggas
on the podcast shit, but they say, you know, word on the street is that nigga shit coming next.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know
because that's what happens.
Yeah.
That's what happens. See, that's the thing. It's a domino effect, my nigga. That's the thing. You know what I mean? So for sure, just like, remember I was telling you the shit, like the shit with the Diddy and all that. You know what I mean? Just like the shit with Diddy and all that. Like, nigga, this just not gonna be him and what's happening. It ain't just him.
Yeah. So I mean, these niggas, hopefully future niggas learn that once you leave the game alone, you leave the game alone, because okay, you getting money for this foundation. It's other ways that you gonna make money off of your nonprofit organization.
Right.
That's gonna, nigga, just pay yourself. You don't have to
Exactly.
scheme and send
You don't
the
have
money
to
over
scheme.
here.
Exactly.
Like, nigga, let me do this paperwork. Let me write myself a check. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
For work that I did with this organization. Do it the right way. But that's what I'm saying. You got one foot in, one foot out, but you doing the street mentality, and you like, okay, nigga, I'm going to give you these 10 pounds, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And I want X amount of dollars back. I'm going to let you get all the extras, but just give me $1,000 a pound.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just bring me back 10 racks. And the nigga come back with 100,000, and I'm like, nigga, I'm gonna shoot this 50,000 to my account. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of shit he doing. Like, nigga, no, nigga. Like, let me work it the way we gonna work it, and it's gonna work. You know what I'm saying? But niggas see the big bread, and they like, bam, bam, bam. Big U, he's probably worth a couple mil. Yeah. But, you know, when niggas get greedy, that's what happens.
Exactly,
you know,
man.
I know we done overtalked you, Nia.
Nah, this is a hell of a topic, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Really, it's something that really needs to be talked about because it really affects what we're doing.
Yeah.
You know, how we say it, we're doing freedom of speech. You know, it affects all of that. But, you know, once again, we're only here sharing our opinion. Yeah, we're only here sharing our opinion. We're not here, you know, to talk about what people are doing or what they're allegedly doing. Right. We're just here sharing and stating an opinion.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, that's what we really need to do, because like everybody got their opinion. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got their opinion, and people want to hear other people's opinion. Hey, close that door, close that door. That was cool. He closed the other one, but still it's loud.
Oh, it's too loud.
But yeah, man, I don't understand how, you know, and shit, it's directed at Big U. I don't know how you could be so old but still so dumb. You know, a lot of niggas that people look up to, I don't know if he is or if he's not, but a lot of people look up to people that's uneducated. And what I mean by uneducated, I mean they financially illiterate. They don't know how money works. They just know that they get in this bag and I'm gonna save this, but they don't know how it works. So when they see some other money, they just gonna quickly snatch it instead of getting the shit the right way. It's right, proper channels that you can get the same amount of money that you getting illegally, legally. And I mean from the money that's there, you know? I don't know. I just don't understand it. What you gonna say?
I've been saying that for the longest. People need to stop looking up. We look up to the wrong people.
Definitely.
Wrong. This new young generation, they're looking up to these rappers, these ball players. And a lot of these motherfuckers not educated. They come from the streets, hardcore. They're doing dirt. They're out here killing people and still trying to, you know what I mean? Got this fake ass persona, acting like they this and they that, and they got motherfucking dirt. They got skeletons in the closet. We look up to the wrong people.
Yeah. And somebody gonna tell about them skeletons.
We got to stop doing that.
It's
They're not
hard, though. It's
they're
hard.
not role models for our new generation.
So back in the days, niggas used to look at the drug dealer on the block and like, oh, this nigga got this car, that car. But now you can go online and look at a drug dealer on any block, and you see this nigga holding wads of cash, and then this nigga gonna tell you exactly what he's doing. These niggas making videos on how to scam the banks. You can go watch a video and learn how to scam a bank right now. You know what I'm saying?
Real.
Unfortunately, the nigga that made the video, nigga got murdered. You know what I'm saying?
Shit, Netflix has video how to become a tyrant, how to become a gangster. You remember those?
You feel me?
Yeah.
So, you know, it's just one of those things where the TV glorifies that. The movies we watch now, let's be honest. When we were coming up, Menace to Society, you know, Boys in the Hood. So all our favorite movies because we identified what was going on. Because the mentality was that in the hood. But then now you look around and you see that it's so many fake personas around that these young boys don't have nothing to look up to. They're looking up to Future. They're looking up to, you know, people who are, you know,
Doing
are
drugs
flawed.
all day. And they probably ain't even doing drugs.
That part.
Exactly.
I was about to say that. Because Nicki Minaj said that one time in an interview. She said, that motherfucker Future talks about all these drugs and shit. So she was like, when I was around him, I thought I needed to be on point and get him together. Come to find out, he didn't even fuck around. He just smoked a little weed. Had no lean in his cup. He got the cups like he got lean in it. That shit is, you know,
All talk.
yeah.
Definitely.
Cherry 7-Up.
Definitely.
That shit is all smoke.
Yeah. Sound good in the rap.
Percocets.
Nigga ain't on no Molly, no Percocet. But he got all these young niggas going into their mama
Exactly.
fucking medicine cabinet, getting every drug that they take. You know what I'm saying?
Cocktails.
Making a cocktail and dying. Going to get fake pills and niggas dying. You know, you just gotta watch what you do, man. You know. So, you know, that was one case, and then we got the nigga in Dallas. We're gonna go to that one. Yellow Beezy ass. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna let you do the intro to it.
First of all, you got to be a dumb son of a something to do it the way that you did it and think that nothing was gonna come back on you. That shit was brazen in daylight. Other people got hit. It was on a state highway. It was a lot of implications to that, to where they had to really get who was involved. And no matter how long it took, they was gonna be on his ass. And he slipped. He slipped like they all do. They had these niggas in their videos, previous, after. You know, it doesn't make no difference. If I'm finna send you out, why would you be on a picture with me on fucking Facebook to tie it back?
Yeah.
Knowing that me and you got beef, but me and this nigga in the picture together,
Yeah.
and they not gonna put two and two together. Well, you did this because of him and S.
I think he thought when that nigga got all that time, what they give him 100 years?
Yeah.
They thought when he got all that time, it was just over. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, nigga, we got more people to talk to.
Yeah.
That nigga told somebody. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
that person told somebody.
Well, you know what they do? They put an informant in yourself.
Yeah.
Nigga get to talking, be in there 2 weeks, get free with a nigga, and get to talking about certain shit.
Yeah.
Let a nigga out, you know, and nigga just go back and tell him all the business.
Yeah.
It's like, man,
So what happened? I didn't hear about the story.
Yellow Beezy is murder for hire for killing
You know who Yellow
03.
Beezy is?
Yeah.
It's on me, baby. That's on me, baby. Now, first of all, real quick. So Yellow Beezy, he got charged with the paying murder for hire for Mo 3. You know what I'm saying? Mo 3 is, we're gonna come outside. Just for y'all to know, you know what I'm saying, who we talking about. Go ahead, Swag.
So hold on real quick. So also, they're saying that he has something to do with Robert Lee too. Because he kept going at Robert
The
Lee.
comedian.
Yes.
Yeah.
They said that's how all this really started. They was all friends before because they got
Yeah.
pictures of
They
all
got
of them
pictures
together.
Yeah.
And then that's how it all started.
That
Crazy.
nigga, he stayed alive 2
But
weeks.
didn't his? I remember a couple years back, his G-Wagon got shot up too. They somebody shot at him, right?
Getting off the
It was
freeway.
about the same shit.
getting off the freeway.
Remember when he shot up in his G-Wagon. They tried to kill that nigga, and he survived.
He did. He got hit
So
on
this
his
is with
left
retaliation?
side, like in his arm and his
Yeah,
leg.
they've been trying to get him. They've been trying to get
Leaving
him.
the club, followed that nigga.
It's crazy, man.
My thing is, like, we all watch a lot of YouTube interviews with all of these artists. And one thing about Yellow Beezy, he was vocal about the beef. But when they get to Mo 3 always was cool, calm, and collected. Like, man, ain't no beef, man. Shout out to all the Dallas rappers. Shout out to all the niggas in Dallas doing it. We putting on for our city. You know what I'm saying? He always dismissed the beef. He wasn't a nigga that was just like, man, fuck that nigga. I don't fuck with him. Only thing he said that nigga could have took as disrespectful is when Yellow Beezy was like, yeah, we chased that nigga with guns and all that. And that nigga told him, like, nigga, you see me running? You see me running? You seen the video? Like, nigga, I'm not running from nobody. I didn't get chased. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing he's ever said that was against that nigga. And most of these niggas be taken when people get on these podcasts. Everybody, like, say if I don't like you, Swag, and we got beef, and you get on the podcast over here at Yonder Podcast, I'm going to listen to your podcast, and I'm going to say, listen, what the fuck he going to say about me? And if you don't say nothing about me, I'm going to be like, oh, that bitch nigga, he's scared to say something. Instead of being like, you know what, that nigga don't want no funk. You know what I'm saying? Instead of being a man and be like, oh, that nigga don't want no funk. We all used to be friends. It's just some rap shit. We all trying to get our name up and try to get our money up. You know what I'm saying? Instead of doing that, these niggas be like, ah, this nigga scared of me. And then go try to test the nigga. You know, and that's kind of fucked up, you know, that niggas don't respect other people because now, okay, he's passed away, he's dead, and now you might be locked up forever. You know what I'm saying?
So they got an indictment on the Yellow Beezy right now?
Yeah, Yellow Beezy. Yeah, he just got arrested for the murder. They call it remuneration. Remuneration basically means that this nigga paid for the murder. You know, every state says some different shit to say the same thing. Murder for hire in California.
Right.
You know what I'm
Said
saying?
he was
In
behind
Texas,
Boozy
they call
getting
it
shot too.
remuneration. Huh?
Said he was behind Boozy getting shot too.
Man, you feel me? Like, and Boosie was fucking with Mo 3 tough.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like young niggas that got paper and they like, nigga, 9 times out of 10, most of these rappers, they wasn't shit. Most of these niggas wasn't shit. They was just another nigga rapping. You know what I'm saying? And when they make a hit, now all of a sudden they the big man. You know what I'm saying? Because they got the paper behind them. Like, you still the same nigga. So all of the shit that they tell niggas to do is gonna be faulty because they not coming from a boss mind state. They coming still from that little nigga that ain't shit. So you listening to a nigga that ain't shit because he got bread. Oh, go shoot this nigga up. Oh, that nigga leaving the old girl house right now. They gonna indict old girl too because
Come on now.
she done called her baby daddy like, oh yeah, this nigga, and they thought it was the baby daddy, but it wasn't the baby daddy.
It was the girl.
It was the girl. So it's like all y'all motherfuckers going to jail for what? Be 7 niggas to kill one nigga. Do shit by yourself. If that's the nigga that you want, go do this shit by yourself. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know.
Rappers, stay. When you're in Memphis, stay on your toes. Stay on your toes in LA. Stay on your toes in New York. Entertainers. They're not playing, man.
Yeah.
They're not playing. People out here are desperate.
Yeah.
And if they see an opportunity, they gonna take it, no matter what it costs them, whether it's their life, whatever it is. They gonna take that opportunity. So just protect yourselves the best way you can, man, because a lot of people are out here acting like they're super hard, they're tied in, they're tapped in, and they're really not.
Yeah.
Really not.
So, with that being said, we're going to smooth into the next topic. You know what I'm saying? We're going to, first of all, man, I'd like to give a shout out, man, and a rest in peace, man, to George Foreman. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Foreman was like a motherfucker. When he
Shit,
passed away, nigga, my daughter called me 12 o'clock. She never calls. She always texts. So, you know, I'm thinking something wrong. I'm answering the phone, what's up? Dad, you know George Foreman died? You know, my kids grew up off of the George Foreman grill, nigga.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We on that motherfucker making paninis. We making
Thank
everything
you.
on that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
That's
So,
Rest in
right.
peace,
you know,
Big George, man.
That's
they
right.
found a real connection with George Foreman. They probably ain't never seen him box. You know what I'm saying? But they know about the Foreman grills. And
That's
George
hilarious.
Foreman, he died with some bread. You know what I'm saying? Like 300 mil.
Oh,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? So all the Georges is taken care
All
of.
the Georges taken care
All
of.
the
You know what I'm saying?
Georges.
Yeah, he got like
But he had 'em
7,
working
8 of
for
them.
Yeah.
Huh?
He had him working for him.
Yeah,
though.
for sure.
So they straight.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, rest in peace to George Foreman, man. I want to put that out there first, man. And also, man, rest in peace to Sayso P. Sayso P. I'm so sorry. Sayso P. So Sayso P, you know what I'm saying? He was out in Memphis. He's from Memphis. And he signed to Saice Walka. And him and Saice Walka was having a night. And it reminded me of Julio Fulio. They was posting up every location they was at. Oh, we here, we there. I'm in Memphis. Niggas said I couldn't come back. You know what I'm saying? And niggas came for him and murked him. Shot Saice Walka. And from what I heard, you know what I'm saying? And this is from Rainwater. We gonna put names out there. This is from Rainwater, not from Dina Boy Juice. You know what I'm saying? Rainwater said niggas told him that, nigga, they stood over Saice Walka and was like, oh yeah, nah, nigga, we don't want you, nigga. This nigga know what he did. You know what I'm saying? And let Saice Walka live with just a leg shot. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, Peso, I keep saying Peso, Sayso P was supposed to have took 200K worth of shit from the plug and never got back. You know what I'm saying? And they told him, nigga, don't come back to Memphis. And soon as he come back to Memphis, he been gone for years. Soon as he come back to Memphis, it's over. You know what I'm saying? Laid out, you know? And for y'all niggas that be thinking to be okay when niggas be like ran off on the plug and niggas say that in the rap song, nigga, no, nigga, the plug is gonna come get you, nigga. Because if he the plug, the real plug, especially with over 200K, that'll mean he ain't doing this shit by himself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Any plug that can give a nigga 200K and don't blink, yeah, he ain't doing this shit by himself. To
Right.
one nigga,
Right.
he done gave 10 niggas that same 200K.
Thank
You know
you.
what I'm saying? So he playing with some real paper. So he got some real steppers behind him.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying?
And they got the two dudes. They crashed. But you know, at the end of the day,
They
you
arrested
know,
him today?
they arrested them the same day. They caught the car.
So far,
They got him.
they got him?
They got him.
Okay.
But it's sad because, you know, once again, it boils down to money. Boils down to money, what people will do for money. And we live in a world where now people will do anything for some money.
Yeah.
Crash out for one good time just to have just a couple days with some real paper in their pocket and then go to jail the rest of their life.
Yeah.
You got to realize,
Yeah.
they living different than how we live.
Especially in Memphis.
In Memphis,
In
they
Memphis,
living
niggas
totally
is
different.
making $7 an hour
Yeah.
minimum wage. So
Thank
if
you.
a nigga tell you I'm gonna give you 20 bands to go kill this nigga, niggas is like, it's gonna take me 20 years to save up
Exactly.
to
Yeah.
get 20 bands. So nigga, I'm gonna go do this.
Harder out there.
All they want to do is floss on social media with the money one time.
One time.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
One
all they
time.
do, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Maybe 2-3 times.
Let
Yeah.
a nigga know. You know, we could
One
look
time.
at
We gotta do it, nigga.
what's that nigga name?
The
Drop.
boy, the straight drop.
Straight drop. You know what I'm saying? He was gone, 2 weeks. He was out there dropping video after video.
Bless you.
Excuse me. Dropping video after video, you know what I'm saying? After, he did what he did. But, excuse me. But yeah, these niggas ain't that instant fame that they think they gonna get. But nigga, you're not gonna come home ever.
Facts.
Ever.
Yeah, but
So I don't know, man. I don't know. That's not nothing I would do
So,
for nobody amount.
I also wanted to say this. I was looking at something the other day, and they're not talking about this, but they're talking about guys from CMG are dropping like flies in Memphis.
Word.
Guys who are associated with CMG
right.
just dropping like flies. They said there have been so many murders behind the CMG and PRE murder of young Dolph that it's been an all-out war.
Yeah.
And believe it, they gonna forever slide for Dolph.
Yeah.
Dolph was Memphis Nipsey Hussle.
Yeah,
nigga.
definitely.
You You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
He was they Nipsey Hussle,
Definitely.
nigga. So besides Nipsey Hussle, we on the West Coast, so we see it firsthand. But
Dolph had an effect on us too
it
because
definitely did.
he had a lot of artists. He had a lot of songs with a lot of artists out here that were big.
Yeah.
You know, cut it. OT Genesis when he was hot. You know, he had some cuts. Dom Kennedy had some cuts.
Yeah.
He had some cuts.
Yeah, definitely. Do y'all know about Sayso P?
Yeah, I heard about
No,
that.
not
Yeah,
you,
I heard-
nigga. We know you.
Yeah,
know.
I heard about it.
These niggas.
I never heard of him.
Something about
See
it.
what I'm saying?
A
We
lot
never.
of these names
I
y'all
don't think
mentioned.
we ever heard of him.
I
We
ain't
never heard of him before that. But do you know Saice Walka?
Sauce
No,
Walker.
You ever heard of Saice Walka?
never heard.
Me and my brother went to go see him in Peasy and Money Man not too long ago.
Where's South Market?
Texas.
Saice Walka from Texas.
He's a man.
He the man.
Man.
He's one of them niggas that sign niggas.
Yeah.
He like, nigga, oh, you dope, I'm signing you to a record label. He's basically, I don't know too many niggas like him now. He's like a Master P.
Yeah.
He's like a Master P. You know what I'm saying?
I thought old boy was the biggest man in Texas.
Maybe if I
What's his
see his
name?
face.
Jay Prince.
Jay Prince. I thought Jay
Sauce
Prince
Walker's
was.
second.
I thought Jay Prince
Oh,
was the
he's
man in
second.
Texas.
Sauce
Yeah.
Walker's the new man.
I gotta see his face.
Jay Prince is old school though.
Yeah.
He old school. I don't
He
even
gonna
know
be
if he
the
got
man
new
forever.
artists.
No, he
What
don't
is he
have
like
no-
a
I'm
Suge
saying?
Knight out there?
Huh?
Yeah.
He's like a Suge Knight.
No.
Who?
Per
Sauce
se.
Walker?
No, Jay Prince.
Jay
Yeah,
Prince.
per
Yeah,
se,
yeah. He try to be. He try to be.
Trying to be like a Suge
He
Knight.
try to be.
Yeah, he tried.
You know what I'm saying? He try to be.
Because he running like it's a fucking, like it's a gang and shit.
Yeah.
Like it's a.
And you
like
know
he a
what's,
mafia.
what really
His
fucks him
kids
up
is fucking him up.
is, say it again.
His kids.
Exactly. Lil J Prince is
Yeah.
running around like he fucking Butch Cassidy.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Talking shit to niggas, ready to slap a nigga, have another nigga do something to you.
Yep.
He's the nigga that the daddy gotta be like, nigga, kind of like my boy. Like we was talking to him, like, nigga, you shouldn't be saying that type of shit to your mama. You know what I'm saying? And niggas, young niggas don't want to listen.
Well, yeah, you're
You know
right,
what I'm
'cause
saying?
He around here every
Because-
week. He get in a fight with somebody.
Man, you feel
Think
me?
he tough.
Like, nigga, what's wrong with you? You know what I'm saying?
Your boy think he tough, boy. I don't know.
I heard you earlier, Juice. Yeah, you was on them. And I'm
Yeah, like
we would've got our
nigga,
ass
kids always think they right. You know what I'm saying? And you got to tell them like you only see shit from your perspective. You want to tell us as an adult, just like Jay Prince, his kid probably like you don't see it from my perspective, but nigga, I done been where you at.
Exactly.
So nigga, I'm telling you the repercussions of the shit that you doing. I don't give a fuck if you 35, 40 years old. It's gonna be a time you gonna need your mama. And if you fucked over her when you was 19, she probably be like, nigga, you on your
She ain't
own.
never gonna forget.
You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, you on your
Especially his
own.
mama.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So,
She
you
gonna
know,
wait till the day that
yeah,
stick him with a
yeah.
fork.
Like, nigga,
He's burning.
like, nigga, you want her to wash your clothes, nigga? Cause I ain't gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? I've been washing my own clothes, nigga, since I was
They're
14.
gonna get you into some shit where you gonna have to be involved in.
Who, me?
You ain't trying to be involved
Oh
in
yeah,
that shit.
yeah, exactly.
You, his mama gonna get mad. She gonna come down here want to fight everybody.
Yeah,
like,
you feel
man,
me?
They don't understand. Like, calm down, bruh. You
Yeah.
young. You over here trying to fight these old niggas.
Man, you feel me?
Calm your ass down.
Yeah, me and him had a little situation. But we, it was just bad timing, knowing that, forgetting that he's a kid, getting along with older people.
Right.
And I apologize. So I'm sad I didn't even have a joke with you like that. But then again, I forget that we play with each other, not knowing in the moment if he's not in that right, going through something, it'll be a problem.
Right.
And
Yeah.
an older person go one way or no way, but because I know and have respect, I always had to be the bigger person because I am.
Thank you.
Definitely.
Trying to teach
Exactly.
them something.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Definitely. You know, he called and told me, I was like, man, you don't be calling me with the bullshit you be putting yourself into. You know what I'm saying? Like, young niggas, and this is like worldwide, young niggas put themselves in grown-up shoes because they want to be grown. Like, when you're not grown, you don't understand the way a grown person's supposed to act. You still acting 16, 15 and thinking you know everything. Nigga, you don't know shit.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't paid one motherfucking bill, but you think because you got a couple of dollars in your pocket, you run the world. And these niggas don't know. It take more than just a couple of dollars in your pocket. You got to have them same dollar amounts every month.
Thank you.
Every month. You know what I'm saying?
We had to learn. I used to feel like that man had $150 in his pocket, like I was working with something.
Yeah, you feel
but
me?
You pay a couple bills, man, and you buy yourself a couple things. It's over.
It's over. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, like I say, man, I told him today, like, it's gonna take years for you to understand that you was wrong. If you think you're right now, it's gonna take you years to know that you was wrong. Cause you still gonna think you right in 2 weeks, 2 months, maybe a year. But you gonna know that you was wrong one day, nigga, and that light gonna go off about a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying?
You know when niggas really find out when they wrong?
Huh?
When somebody else disrespect their people and they got to come stand up for them for the same shit.
Say it one more time.
I said, you know when most young people realize that they're wrong? When somebody else disrespects somebody that they love and they got to go stand up for them and it's the same shit. Mm-hmm. And 9 times out of 10, it's going to be the same shit.
Yeah, same shit.
And you know, you'll have that epiphany then or you'll have it now.
Yeah.
And see, the thing about young boys, what I realize is this: even in my own household, they got to get burnt 100 times.
Yeah.
They don't live in a world no more
hot.
where I'm finna learn from Flossie's mistakes, or I'm finna learn from Juice's mistakes, or
Right.
Nia's mistakes. They're not doing that no more. They want to go out here and test the fire.
Yeah.
It's hot. No, it ain't. We used to say that and be like, "Ooh, yes, it is."
Yeah.
And then get back. But then they want to run through it, keep jumping over it. It ain't hot.
Do tricks over it.
Do tricks, and then finally they come up short and be like, ah!
Yeah. And now they screaming for help.
Yeah.
Now they screaming for help.
You see,
know what I'm saying?
that is just the difference.
Yeah.
And I know I got an emotional child. Like, you know what I'm saying? He highly emotional. You know what I'm saying? And it'd be like, you know, you can't be that emotional and try to be that hard at the same time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That shit don't work.
Because you really a thug who need a hug.
Yeah, you feel me? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So,
And-
you know,
and-
love him to death, but, you know, and me, I ain't the barbaric parent that's going to be like, man, fuck you and everything. No, nigga, I'm going to sit there and talk to you, try to hear what you got to say and try to let you know what's real and what's fake. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, sometimes they have to do it, you know, like Pablo was saying, you got to do it in public sometimes. I don't give a fuck if you feel like I'm wrong, nigga. I know you're wrong, you know? So, you know, it just goes down like that sometimes, you know? But I always got your best interest at heart.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I got your best interest at heart. That's why I'm saying what I'm saying. If I didn't give a fuck, I wouldn't say nothing at all.
Yeah.
But they don't get that.
Yeah, they don't
You know,
get that.
they think that we're prying or we're taking a side. Right. And we're never taking a side because at a certain point in life, you got to always be on the side of right.
Yeah.
Especially dealing with kids.
Yeah,
Because they want to select the politic and create their own narrative.
Now, I'm
And
your kid.
yeah,
I've been knowing your
yeah.
mama longer than I've been knowing you, nigga.
And yes, your mama is out of pocket, but she deserves respect because you come from her.
Yeah, whether she's right or wrong. That's
Yeah, that's your mama. But see, young boys don't feel that. They feel like they can correct their mama or chastise them or tell them how they feel. Like, we could never do that.
No,
I don't give a
definitely
fuck. I don't give a fuck what was going on, how wrong my mom ever was.
Yeah.
I could never voice my opinion about it, and I never would.
Right.
Because at this point, I understand that, you know what, we're all human. But see, that's what they don't understand.
Right.
We're all human. You make mistakes all day long, but I can't make no mistake because I'm an adult.
Yeah.
And they'll tell you yes. And that's where the disconnect is.
Right.
I knew
Right.
my mama
Everything
made
ain't
mistakes.
perfect. Everybody ain't
Right.
perfect. You know what I'm saying?
I knew my mama
I know
made
everything
mistakes.
I do definitely ain't perfect.
Knew my daddy made mistakes, but I was taught to not do as they do, but do as they say.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? So with that being said, you know, it's one of them things, man, where we got to keep on, man, with the keep on, man. And you're right. I had a situation where this week, you know, I haven't talked to one of my boys in almost a year. You know, and his mom had called me and we were chopping it up and whatnot. She found out I wasn't talking to him. So he reached out to me on Instagram and then didn't respond to none of my calls after that. So to me, it was like, how long you gonna duck this wreck?
Right.
And really, it's not no wreck. It's really a conversation.
Yeah, definitely.
How long you gonna keep running before you have this conversation? Which brings me to my point. Young people now, they gonna run from the truth.
Yeah, definitely.
They gonna run from the truth. no matter
Just to
what's
say
going
that
on in
they
their
right.
life. Yeah. Or no, to have their way.
Right.
But I look at it and I say, did we do that? To a certain extent. To a certain
We did it to a
extent.
certain extent.
Because we
but
had nowhere else to go.
through the barriers.
There you go. We
You know
had
what I'm saying?
boundaries.
Yeah, definitely.
That's why I said to a certain extent. We never could go too far with it because we always had that thought in our mind that our mom would do something diabolical to us.
Yeah. Unless we're gonna be the nigga on the cartoon with the stick with the clothes hanging from it,
Right.
and being out there,
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Having a
And we ain't finna do that.
Huh?
Thank you.
It's
Shit.
like being in public when you go to the store back in our days. You want to go to the
Exactly.
store, I ain't getting you nothing. You start to picking and whining.
Exactly.
You don't straighten out. That'll be your last time. And when you get home, you getting your ass whooped.
Right.
Yeah.
Now,
For
you'll
embarrassing.
find a kid
They took that away.
talking crazy, telling
Yeah.
him I'm stupid.
Let me tell you.
They
Right.
took that away, like you was gonna say.
They took it
They
away.
like, oh, you beat your kids in public, nigga. You go on CPS coming to get your kid and all
But-
Now,
that.
there
but you
were
know-
people
but-
that went a little out of pocket.
Correct,
Like,
correct. But those people made it hard for us who were really, like for the way that we were raised. Now, was grandma soaking the switch or making us go get a switch a little bit harsh? Yes. Yes.
But it was a lesson.
It was. I said this on our last show or not too long ago. This motherfucker Eddie Griffin said it best, man. He said every time he was about to go do something fucked up, he remembered those ass whoopings his mom gave him, and it stopped him from doing what he was about to do.
Yeah, definitely.
And that reaffirmed in his mind the consequences that were coming after that if he made this choice. For every one of us, that's what an ass whooping was. Sometimes.
Yeah. Now you whoop
Sometimes.
the kid's ass and shit. They gonna fucking call the police on you.
Definitely.
Exactly.
You know what I'm
Definitely. You
saying?
got to answer to it. But guess what?
Yeah.
If that kid turns out to a monster, right, it's your fault.
Yeah.
It's your fault.
Damn if you do, damn if you don't.
See, the thing about the kids that don't get whoopings now is one they highly emotional. They highly think that everything they do is right. They think that like the guidance that you're giving them it is right to only you. You know what I'm saying? To them, you don't see the world the way they see it. And you like, nigga, I done grew up in 4 different eras. I was the kid playing outside to the kid all the way to social media. Like I know how to navigate every different situation that you don't. You know what I'm saying? And what they don't understand is the life that you live in, I done lived that same life.
Right.
You
But
know
they
what I'm
don't
saying?
care because they feel like it's their world now.
Yeah.
When we did it, we was just some old niggas who had to do it this way. Really what it was a way of life and we had to conform to it.
Yeah, definitely.
And if we didn't, that was the difference between us still being here today
Yeah.
and
Fully functional, not paralyzed.
there you go.
Yeah.
It's the difference.
On the real.
Because it was some people who we've seen disrespect their parents, bro, and it went all the way bad.
Yeah. Because if you disrespect your parents, you're gonna disrespect
Everybody else.
You know what I'm saying?
Holy
And
grail disrespect.
and you're gonna disrespect the wrong person one day. They may not get you today, they may not get you tomorrow.
Oh, they gonna get you.
But they gonna get you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Especially if
All
it's
for the
utter disrespect.
Yeah, you know what I'm
You know?
saying? So, a lot of these kids they gotta, watch thy tongue. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
So,
No,
yeah,
it's
man.
that too, but a lot of it is about having respect for those who come before you. Because
Yeah.
once again, that disconnect right now between blacks, older blacks, and young blacks is just horrible. It's horrible. They don't want to listen. They don't want to take your ideas as far as the dress and whatnot. You know what's crazy? The same way they're dressing right now, your boys and them is dressing, is the same way when we got off the stoop in 95 and 96 is the same way we was dressing.
Yeah, super baggy.
Yeah. We
Out
wasn't wearing
there.
we wasn't wearing the bell bottoms or the boot cuts or the flares. But
The trousers, as I
we
like
definitely
to call
wore the carpenter pants.
Exactly.
Yeah. We definitely wore the carpenter pants.
them. Yeah.
We definitely wore the baggy stuffs, and it's funny because even with my boys, man, I see it all the time, man. Like I'd be like, man, you could flip this and do this. And they don't
They
listen.
don't want to hear
Right.
that shit.
They want to wear black hoodies,
Right.
black sweats, and dirty
Exactly.
shoes
Exactly.
on an 80-degree day.
Exactly.
And then wonder why they stink.
Yeah.
And why they hot?
Stinking and hot goes together.
See, senor.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, back on peso, Sayso P. You know what I'm saying? Young nigga. You know what I'm saying? You really can't say that, you know, niggas die too soon. It's just, you know, the way that you out here living and the way you trying to get it. It don't have to all come in one time. You know what I'm saying? You was gonna get to the status that you were at without doing what you was doing, especially if you got talent. If you got talent, that talent is gonna prevail. It may take some time to get to where you're trying to go, but never take the easy way out, because it's always gonna be a nigga that you fucked over that's gonna be looking to get you. You know what I'm saying? You know about Sayso P? You didn't hear about it? Was he white?
I don't be on
Or
social
Hispanic?
media.
White, I think.
He was a white dude,
There's a lot
man.
of white dudes out of Memphis like
He
that.
was a white dude, but you know, act black, kind of look black. You know what I'm saying? And you know,
There's a lot of them out of
doing
Memphis
what
like
niggas
that.
do. You know what I'm saying? Flashing cash and you know what I'm saying, doing the drugs, gambling, all that type of shit. They had a hell of a night. They had a hell of a night. So for him to die like that, he had a hell of a night the night before he died. You know what I'm saying? Had Saice Walka in his city, but imagine if Saice Walka would have died. Like, do you think that Houston would have came at Memphis because of Saice Walka, or do you think it would have just been like,
I think he would have been another one morning. I just think that, you know, he's ruffled some feathers in his city and state, and you know, there's some people who would have, you know, would have probably had something to say negative. I don't think that he's loved by a lot, but I just
well, you
don't
know, they
think-
saying something negative now. They saying that nigga sacrificed that nigga.
I disagree.
I definitely disagree.
I disagree.
That's just a rumor going out.
If they was hanging out and then the dude mysteriously died or something like that,
I can see
then
it.
you could say something like that. But the fact that everything happened in broad daylight, it was on the news, you got suspects, you got all this, it doesn't make any sense.
Definitely. Every time somebody died, they always want to say somebody done
Conspiracy
sacrificed
theory.
somebody. Like,
Yeah.
Saice Walka, he's the
theory.
only one from Texas. The other dude is from Memphis. He moved from Memphis to Vegas and then moved to Miami. So he was going everywhere back to Memphis. And then when he go back to Memphis, he dies.
It's killed.
Because niggas was looking for
And
him.
that's where he's from. So he
Yeah.
dies where he's from.
They
So
killed him downtown.
So he did the same shit that
They-
Young Dolph did. Like Young Dolph should have left his ass out of Memphis, and he would have probably
that's
would have
true.
stayed alive.
Most niggas that die in their own city.
Yeah, Nipsey.
Most of the niggas die in
Young
their
Dolph.
own city
It's like,
because
nigga, if you know
they think they bigger than the program.
You know you're big, you're famous, and you're beefing with people in your own city. Nigga, why wouldn't you leave? I would leave town.
No, he died in Texas.
Take off.
That's like
Yeah, take off.
if I'm rich and famous out here and I'm beefing with somebody out here and I know they big too and they got, you know what I mean? I'm out of here. I'm gone.
Yeah.
I'm
I
finding
ain't
somewhere
never
to
coming
go.
back.
Never. I'm out of
You know
here.
what I'm saying? What that nigga say?
Some
I'm with
niggas feel like
Sunshine
you-
now. I ain't
Thank
never
you.
Some
coming
niggas
back.
feel like they
Thank you.
untouchable, like they too tough.
Some niggas feel like you ain't running them away. It's not, and as idiotic as it sounds, it's true.
Yeah.
Pride is involved, bro.
Ego.
Some people have pride and ego involved. And what did they say? Pride comes before what? The fall.
The fall. I feel like this too about the pride. You can have all the pride you want to, right? You can
Still
go
gotta be
out.
smart.
You can go out and have a good time, but you don't have to post every fucking where that you're at. That's just like I said. It reminds me of the Julio Fulio. Oh, we at this spot. Oh, we at that spot. And then the nigga posted a picture just like what's the nigga that died in L.A.
PNB.
Who?
PNB Rock.
No. The nigga that died at the house.
Oh,
Nigga
you
from
talking
New
about
York.
New York?
What's the nigga
What's the
name?
boy name, man? Boy,
Damn.
Dior,
You
Christian Dior.
nobody
Pop Smoke.
till somebody
Pop Smoke.
kills you. And the reason why I brought that song up is because we forgot the nigga name. You know what I'm saying? So Pop Smoke, he accidentally had the address of the Airbnb. So they showed pictures of Sayso P
Yeah.
outside
At
at the Westin, and it's only one. in that whole city. So you had to be at this one. So I'm going to park outside and I'm going to wait for you, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to sit out here and wait for you, nigga. Oh, there they go. Guns blazing. Soon as they seen them niggas come out. It wasn't like, oh, we going to follow these niggas. No, we going to get these niggas right where they at. And, you know, it's just crazy because, like you said, you got pride, but you also got to be smart. You got to be smart to be like, I'm here, we chilling. I'm going to do all of these videos, but I'm going to post them after I'm gone.
Thank you.
I'm not finna post them while I'm here. For what? I don't do that now, and ain't nobody looking for me. You know what I'm saying? I go to the club, I'm gonna post, take some pictures and shit, and then the next day, I'll be like, yeah, this is where I was at last night. You know what I'm saying? I'm not there right now, but this was last night.
Facts.
But, you know, niggas in the industry, they want to feel like, you know, their pride comes before anything else. You know what I'm saying? So,
They made that mistake.
yeah. So we're going to get some last words. Like I said, we're going to try to cut this down to 30, 45 minutes now. You know what I'm saying? We're going to start with you, S, since you stayed the whole show. Congratulations to that.
Our last couple of them I stayed. Shit, it be getting late, man. It be getting late, man.
Yeah.
You got hurt.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They said Juju got hurt. Yeah.
You got hurt.
Yeah.
Juju got hurt. I don't know. A knee injury. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully it wasn't a torn
ACL
ligament or nothing like that.
Hopefully she
You know
can
what
come
I'm saying?
back.
Yeah.
But my final words are, man, you know, in the events of everything that's going on in the world and, you know, Donald Trump, you know, showing his true colors and, you know, planes going down and, you know, people with so much uncertainty about the future. I just want to say, man, the only answer is to know God, regardless to who your God is, Jehovah, Yahweh, Allah, whoever, Jesus, whoever your God is, get closer to him. Bring your family closer to him, because we are living in troubled times right now. And us as a people, man, the only way we're going to stay afloat is to have God at the forefront.
Facts.
I pray for everybody, and I hope the best for everybody, and I want the best for everybody, regardless if you don't deserve it or not. I still want the best for you. I've come to a revelation in my life that things are not what they seem, and the only way that we're gonna survive seeing things that aren't real or aren't true or that we feel don't affect us is to just stay really close with our family and God. And that's all I'm saying.
Amen. What's up with you, Basketball P?
Me?
Yeah, it's on you, player.
Oh well. Shit. I want to say, you know, it's been a rough year. These few months. You know, we still in the new year. You know, we're in March. In these last couple of months, I've lost a lot. You know, including my home, cars, acquaintances, companions. I've lost a lot this year, and it's been kind of rough on me. But I'm slowly bouncing back to who I am, and you know what I mean, the person that I want to be, and hopefully it's brings me new things and new opportunities in life. You know, I don't like to really put my business out there. You know what I mean? But yeah, I've lost, and I just want to, you know what I mean. I just want to say thank you to everybody who's been there, been by my side, and been loyal, friends, family, who's been, you know what I mean, supportive through this whole ordeal, and hopefully we can all do better. You know, and this new year will bring better things for all of us. You know, I love all you guys, so.
We love you back, fucker.
You know what I'm saying?
We love you,
Don't
shitty.
cry, man. Don't cry.
All right, yeah, I don't want to get emotional on the show, so but okay. That's
Yes,
all I got to
sir.
say.
Yes,
It
sir.
was that time of
Appreciate
the
you,
month,
bro.
We didn't know.
Stop it. Floss B.
He took his tampon off and
Yeah,
wiped his
man.
face.
Well, you know, as always, stay focused on your mission and not your condition. You know what I mean? Set goals and achieve them, man. You Love yourself, man. You can't love nobody else until you love yourself, man. Know that. And like I said, just love on each other, man. That's what we need right now. It's a beautiful thing as far as with the community and the disaster, the travesty that affected a lot of individuals and loved ones that we have. But we got to keep that community. You know what I'm saying? That feel, and that source of looking out and appreciating one another and just being there for others, man. That's what's definitely heavily needed right now, and let's just continue to do that, man. And do what you can for those around you in need.
Amen, amen. I'm gonna go next, man. So, my last words, man, is always try to teach the youth, man, that it's always a better way than what they doing it. You know what I'm saying? Let them know the things that you've been through, the path that you've been on, and hopefully they don't, go down the same path you went through and go through the path that you're trying to get to. You know what I'm saying? So, each one teach one. Whether they're young or old, you're never too old to learn new shit. You know what I'm saying? So, man, my shit is always the same. You know what I mean? Be better than you was yesterday. And that includes teaching and learning. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we're going to get to Nana Nia for the last word because we kept, cutting her off.
Y'all gonna cut me off even now.
No, we not.
My last words are try to stay cool and focus on yourself.
That was it?
That's all.
Oh, shit. Anania in the motherfucking building, man. This is New Wave Shop Talk, man. This is the Sayso P. This is the Big U. You know what I'm saying? This is the Yellow Beezy episode. You know what I'm saying? And also, man, make sure you go get the merch, man. Famously Broke. You know what I'm saying? This shit is brought to you by New Wave Barbershop. You know what I'm saying? New Wave Barbershop. And shit, What's Understood, Slaps by the Pound. You know what I'm saying? Is on all major platforms streaming. So make sure y'all get that, man. And yeah, man, holler at us on all the platforms we got. You know what I'm saying? Dina Boy Juice, Famously Broke, Nia Sutherland, Hair by Nia Sutherland, Flossie B, Pasadena Shine, Swaggy motherfucking D. Mr. Swaggy D. You feel me? And don't forget about Tony Touch GQ. And we out of this motherfucker, y'all. Peace.
Peace.
You're now tuned in to the number one podcast. I give you New Wave Shop Talk, Shop Talk, Shop Talk.